These are some Vita games to get before the store shut down, because that store is getting shut down. I don't know when, but it's not long for this earth. So, first, let's get this out of the way. Persona 4 Golden. It's the best game on the Vita. I got my Vita to play this game. My friend got his Vita to play this game. You probably got your Vita to play this game. It's on Steam now, and you could probably run it on whatever PC or laptop you have. The minimum settings are really, really sad, which is good, which means more people can play it. But it was stuck on the Vita forever, so if you have a Vita, go ahead and get this. Dracula X Chronicles. That is actually a PSP game, but it's super, super awesome because it's actually a collection of games. You get a remake of Rondo of Blood in 3D, or 2.5D. It's 3D models, kind of like Smash, but it's a side-scroller. That's the old Castlevania feel with the stiff jumps and the you know, hard game. But it's pretty fair, it's pretty fun, and if you want to play easy mode, Maria is there with the double jump. Also, you can unlock Castlevania Rondo of Blood, the original, so you can play the remake and the original, and you can also unlock Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is one of the greatest games ever made, and inspired like many games after it. It has new voice acting, but that's okay. I mean, it's not as memey.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
Dracula, die now and leave this world. You'll never belong here!
I mean, I like it. It sounds pretty cool. I mean, it sounds more serious. So it's basically like the Castlevania Requiem collection on PS4, except with more content, and it was before that collection even got released.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. This is the best way you can play like two classic, amazing, wonderful PS2 games on the go. And I say it's the best way because Metal Gear Solid 3 is also on the 3DS, and the frame rate is very sad. I mean, I beat it on 3DS, and like, it's playable. You can play it, it's just... I mean, if you have no other way, pretty much. Like, if you're held hostage, forget it. Yeah, just play Metal Gear Solid 3 any other way, and if you have to play it on the 3DS, play it on the 3DS. You're still gonna like it. It's still a good game. It's just rough. It's just kind of rough. This isn't about that. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection looks really good on the Vita. I don't think Konami's gonna port this to any future handhelds, because Konami doesn't seem to make games anymore ever since that Metal Gear Survive thing. But I'm still holding out for that new Silent Hill, right? No. We'll see. Final Fantasy X, or I guess it's the Final Fantasy X HD collection. It has Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. It's fantastic, but it's also available on Switch. I mean, if you're like a super die-hard Generation 1 Vita freak and you love OLED, then there you go. Play your Final Fantasy X on the OLED screen. Experience Tidus's daddy issues in really breathtaking, portable... What's the Vita resolution? Like 590. It's less than 720. What's the Vita resolution? The Vita resolution is 960 by 544p. Very cool. Anyway, the Final Fantasy X collection is very good. Just great PS2 games on the go. You can play it on Switch. But if you're a super cool OLED freak and you have that first generation Vita and you want to play it and see those really deep blacks and wonderful vibrant colors, then experience Tidus and those daddy issues of his on that breathtaking portable screen. 960 by 544p, baby. Let's go. Touch My Katamari. Very fun game. As far as I know, it's just a Katamari game. I don't think it's on any other consoles, this game specifically, but, I mean, don't stab me for this, but I'm pretty sure all the Katamari games are basically the same deal. You roll around the sticky ball and you get the funny objects on it, and it's got really good music. With, you know, the king just being dumb, and then the prince rolling up stuff and making stars. Katamari's got a funny story, it's got great music, and it's got a really beautiful style it just makes me happy to look at. You can't really be upset when you're looking at this game.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night is one of my favorite rhythm games because it has a full-on canon story that's a sequel to Persona 4 Golden. Okay, well, it has a story mode, and it's not actually a sequel to Persona 4 Golden, it's a sequel to Persona 4 Ultimax, which Ultimax is a sequel to Persona 4 Arena, and that is the sequel to Persona 4 Golden. So play Golden, and then play Arena, and then play Ultimax, and then play the dancing game. Or just play the dancing game. I mean, whatever. It's still pretty good. It's all these teenagers, and they're like, we're gonna dance to fight these shadows, and then they dance, and then they fight the shadows, and then you unlock a bunch of funny cosmetics. Great game, all around. I love it. Muramasa Rebirth. It's a remake of a Wii game called Muramasa the Demon Blade. It comes with a fantastic change, and some people might not care about this, but in the Vita version, you have the option to turn off tap jump, and that means jumping without pressing a button, but moving the stick upwards. So if you move left stick up, you would jump on the Wii version. But on the Vita version, you can turn it off, and you can instead jump by pressing a button. Which, that's a big deal for me, because tap jump is the devil in Smash Brothers, and I don't like it. And in platforming games, I would prefer to be able to jump when I want to, and not by accident when I'm trying to attack upwards or something like that. I mean, the Wii version is still totally playable, but this one is just a better version. Gravity Rush is like Spider-Man if Spider-Man could distort a bubble of gravity around him to fly around the city and then run up walls and stuff. So it's not really like Spider-Man, like at all, but it's pretty cool. You should check it out. It's not officially compatible with PlayStation TV, but you can get a whitelisting app like via Homebrew, and then it should work just fine. Just use a PS4 controller. What are those called? DualShock 4. And if you want a guide on how to modify your Vita to get that whitelisting app to play a bunch of games on your PlayStation TV, just go ahead and check out Mr. Mario 2011 on YouTube. I'll link in the description. I recommend this next game with a very big asterisk. I played XCOM Enemy Unknown on my Vita for many weeks, and I never closed the application. I kept the game open, and I would just put my Vita in sleep mode and charge it, and then pick it up and play, and pick it up and play, and never turn it off. And the more I played it, the more choppy the frame rate got, the more chugging I saw in menus, some graphical glitches and stuff like that. I'm not a computer guy, but I feel like this might be a memory leak, because after not turning the game off for so long, it started dropping the frame rate on every single mission, until eventually it just crashed in a loading screen. And then when I booted it back up, it was playing smooth and fine. And I played it for a while, and a long time passed, a few days without closing it, and it crashed again. But it kind of, you see it coming. It's like leading up to it, the menus like take a second to load, like a full second when you click something, or there's a delay when you press buttons, or just enemies spawn and then it drops to like single digit FPS. It's kind of weird, but if you start coming across glitches or just not good frame rate, you should just save the game, turn it off, turn it back on. You should be good. Just don't play for multiple days at a time without closing it. If you play for like an hour, just close it and open it again. Because I'm on the latest update, and it's still doing that, and I don't think they're going to update XCOM Enemy Unknown Plus on the Vita anytime soon. That would be cool if they did, though. Also, it's super addicting, and it's super fun, and it has the DLC expansion, XCOM Enemy Within. And that blends right into the game. It's actually super duper fun. You get to, like, make mech troopers and, you know, genetic modifications of your soldiers and stuff like that. I like it.
Another day, another successful operation.
Odin Sphere. Now that's a game I haven't played, but it looks really pretty, and this girl picks up a cat, so that's kind of cool. It's also on the Vita store for 40 bucks instead of like the 100 or whatever it's going for on eBay, so check these games out, and if you don't want to check them out, that's cool too. Thanks for watching. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's really good. It's better than Super Metroid. I said it.